Most importantly, banned for life from CBC.
You know this woman has a PhD, right? She's got a PhD. What do you got? A fucked up PH from too much D? Where'd you drive from? Fairview? Oh, up that skirt, there's a Fairview, you know what I'm saying? Guys, I'm from the 80s. I don't give a fuck. I used to beat up women.
Today, we have inside the gun store Brett Forte and Uncle Hack, Canadian comedians, part of the DangerCats comedy group.
Slam that subscribe button. Smash on that like button.
Just pop.
And break whatever's around
All our
you.
legs blow off. Put the subscribe button right here. Now bounce your pecs on it right here. Where's the subscribe button? Where do they hit it? There it is. Thank you.
Oh, jeez.
What an asshole. How handsome is this guy?
Canadians kind of like Europeans.
No, don't ever
Like-
say that again.
No?
Or else I'll turn real fucking Texas in here, you know?
Wow.
Did that sound American, guys? Does that sound good? Do I get citizenship?
I thought you were like the timid person. I thought you were like the one, I was going to make you cry or something. You came across hard.
No, we're from the part of Canada that they dub the Texas of Canada.
Really?
Yeah.
What part of Canada is that?
Alberta.
Alberta. All right. And tell, who are you?
I'm Uncle Hack.
Uncle Hack. All right. And you are?
Brett Forte.
Brett Forte.
Yeah.
Bitches, you should know that. Okay. Nice.
I've never seen a Joe Rogan episode start with, so who are you again? Okay, dude. What the fuck, man? We just hung over a half an hour and you forgot who we were?
That's how good we are at comedy, you know? So forgettable.
Man.
Deported.
And it's funny. I sure remember who you are because you were here a year, 2 years ago?
Yeah, dude, 2.5 years ago.
You trailed me on the...
I remember this specific corner. I did my first show ever in Texas here.
Really?
In your store.
At the Guns and Giggles.
And I tell this story almost on a weekly basis
Do you really?
in Canada because it's such a hit. After the show, my first experience doing comedy in America, everyone in the audience got a box of bullets as a parting gift. You remember this?
That's true.
You gave away
True story.
9mm ammunition during an ammo crisis.
True story.
And it was like a $30 box of bullets. What was it?
Yeah,
It was more than the ticket price.
Right.
Honestly, the math made no sense from like an economy standpoint, but also, common sense standpoint as well. Like, don't just give people ammunition and let them roll into 6th Street and start shooting at each other.
Only
to be American, you got to cool it.
No, there has to be one guy on the podcast that sees the other side a little bit,
You
right?
gotta lean
No,
in.
no.
You got to lean
No,
in.
it's your
dude.
job to convince me that everyone should be walking around with bullets, right?
I was convinced as soon as he walked in with a fucking 9 on his hip, I was like, yeah, I want to be American. That's what I'm talking
Not
about.
just
That's right,
on his
partner.
hip, in his hip. He doesn't talk like that. That's not his voice.
Who gives a shit? I'm about it. You know what I mean? I want a gun.
I like you guys' accent.
No, imagine if we gave out Timbits after every show. You know what I mean? Like, that's the equivalent. It's very stereotypical Texas that you guys gave out bullets after a comedy show.
Nice.
What's a Canadian stereotype? Syrup, right? A bottle of syrup after a show?
Here's some hugs and socialism.
Yeah.
Play a game of ice hockey out back.
We just call it hockey, but yeah. We understand it. It's on ice.
What's the other kind
You
of
guys doing
hockey?
floor basketball later?
All right. So, as Canadians, what are your thoughts on guns?
I like them.
You like guns?
I'm
Do
afraid.
you have any guns?
Yeah, I got one.
Just one?
Just one, yeah.
Okay. What gun is that? I'm kind of disappointed right now.
Well, it's like I don't have. So you have to go and take your PAL,
What is that?
your purchase acquisition license.
Okay.
So you can go and purchase bolt action rifles. And then to get you're restricted for handguns and whatnot, you go and take another course.
Oh, wow.
And
How long
then-
is this course?
It takes a day.
Oh, okay.
And then for each course. So it'll be like 2 days, and then you send your paperwork into the government and wait for that to come back, and then you can go and purchase guns.
So are they running like a background check on you?
Yeah.
Okay, nice.
Yeah.
All right.
And you
You
passed
have to do
that?
fingerprints or anything?
You passed a background check?
Fingerprints?
Yeah.
Yeah, you got to
You
get
do fingerprints,
yeah. Photo.
Nice. Okay. All right.
How does that compare to here?
No, you just walk to the gun store and you're out in like 2 seconds.
Target.
He's the longest part is just picking out what gun you want.
Yeah, the Walmart greeter had a gun today. You guys are like next level.
Shh, that's how it's supposed to be. This is America. This is Texas.
Yeah.
Lone Star State, baby.
That's what I'm fucking talking about right there, baby. Fuck, I love this state. There's no other state that's as cool as this one.
So what are your perceptions of Americans, with guns? What do you think, you see someone walking into Walmart open carrying like a 1911?
It's a little
A
alarming.
1911?
Yeah, a long gun. A nice long handgun. Full size.
Full size.
Yeah,
Full
a lot
size.
of bullets.
Some of that long dick gun. Who are you asking, me or him?
It doesn't matter.
It's like the first time I ever seen it was when I was in Arizona, and I seen a guy like had a revolver on his hip, and I was like, oh shit. I got a little nervous. I'm not gonna lie.
Nah, you got 5-6 shots. You can get away from that.
Yeah, but you're short, man. You're fucking.
You have time.
You can fucking
But it's
Mario
not-
hop into like a sewer, and you're fine.
But it's
You can
not.
run faster than bullets, right?
I'd hope.
And you said 5-6. It's not 5-6 shots anymore, is it? It's 15 in a clip.
No, revolver.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, the cylinder.
Okay, understood.
Okay, what kind of gun do you have?
None, man. My dad has
Anti-gun?
not anti-gun. I just have no use for
You're not
one.
allowed to have them? Can't pass a background check?
Look, so I've went to a shooting range a couple times, and a handgun for me, I don't know where the bullet is going. A shotgun, I can see the spread, so I like that. I'm in control of it. The handgun is just a flash and a lot of noise, and I have no idea where the bullet went. So for me, if I was going to get a gun, I'd get a shotgun with a big old suppressor on it. But my dad does have a few guns, pellet guns, okay? And he tailors them.
Those are not guns.
Okay, well, in Canada, they are, okay? This is...
Not in Texas.
This is a heavy arsenal in Canada, okay? He has a collection of pellet guns hid around the household that the limit is 500 feet per second is what the projectile can go. He tailors them. He tinkers with them with the springs or the air or whatever to go. He goes, this one goes about 750. This one's pushing 800. Like it's horsepower on a Corvette, He's tailoring them, and he has them hidden next to machetes, next to like little weapons all over the house. So he even sleeps in a chair because it's quicker to get out of the chair than it is from laying down.
All right, what are your thoughts on Justin Trudeau?
Oh,
Absolute idiot.
don't get me going, man. I cannot
Get
stand
going.
that guy. Oh,
Hey,
yeah.
who's
man.
Justin
you allowed-
Trudeau's dad?
Who? Castro. No, I'm not a huge fan of him. That's how I got kind of rose to my claim to fame in Canada. Was I was the guy online really shitting on him, and that's how DangerCats started. Was me just pissing on that guy every chance I could get.
Did he come after you?
You know what? A little bit. We got like a little bit of a note because I print the blackface photo on a T-shirt and sell it. So
Wasn't a little bit of a note. It was a cease and desist order.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's not a little note.
Yeah.
so
So
yeah.
wait, blackface?
Yeah,
He did it.
He did blackface like so many times you can't remember.
He did.
Yeah,
That's right.
So the one photo there that went public with the blackface photo with his tongue out, that's the one we print on the shirt. And then
He's got like a white turban on or something.
yeah.
in that photo, yeah.
And then the funny thing is he's hanging around like East Indians in the photo. There's the photo right there.
Oh God.
Yeah, he's a bit of a knoblik of a human.
Why is that?
DangerCatsShop.com. You can buy one. Plugging my shit.
Blackface. All right, I got this.
Yeah, he's the worst thing that's ever happened to Canada, isn't he?
Yeah, one of them.
And we can't really get rid
Other
of
than
him.
Pierre, his father.
But he yeah. Is he elected? How's that work?
Yeah, man. And the way the votes are, it's like it's Ontario pretty much decides what happens because of all the seats are there. So
So it's not like our electoral college here.
no,
No.
it's yours is a flawed system, and so is ours in its own way.
But yours is more flawed.
Yeah, a little bit.
Yeah, because like in reality, if we did it the way you guys did, then that means everyone in the Northeast would decide who would be the president of the United States,
Yes.
and that's not good.
No, it's not.
So your system is flawed. Ours is great.
Yeah, and
America.
and he
Bitch, love it.
decides when it's a election, right?
Well, you get four.
Does it really?
Yeah.
Well, you can call a snap election up in your term.
It's crazy.
So you get 4 years, and while you're prime minister, you can call a snap election. So if say he's popular in that moment, he can call an election.
What is that? I mean, what is that like? Snap election.
Yeah, literally, like you call an election, and then they have like I think it's 4 weeks to campaign, and then go out and do their thing, and then
It's like a hurry up offense.
Yeah.
And if you know something coming down the pipe a year from now, let's say COVID, and your approval rating is going to go down, you would go a snap election right before that would happen to buy yourself another 4 years.
Did that happen?
Yeah.
That actually happened?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Is he the only one that can call a snap election?
yeah,
Yeah.
What?
yeah.
It's insane.
Unless his
It's insane.
That doesn't make any sense.
Yeah.
unless his approval rating is so low that the House will call and be like, no, we need to have an election, or he needs to step down.
And then he's good for like what, 4 years after that?
Yeah.
Wow.
Does he have term limits?
No,
Look, we're
no
not
term
exactly
limits.
political experts. You know, we're just
Yeah.
comedians. We don't know, but yeah.
But you can be prime minister. There's no term limit
For
whatsoever.
life.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
But he's protected by like a lot of guns.
yeah. He is.
He is.
So years ago, there was a pancake breakfast at Stampede, where I'm from, Calgary, and he was there. And on the roof of the mall where it was, there was 3 snipers in location watching the crowd, and that was before the world really started hating him. So I can only imagine what his security detail is now.
Wow.
Yeah.
Ooh. Okay. All right. So what's your thoughts on our Constitution here in the United States?
I love your amendments.
Really?
Yeah, I'm a huge fan.
Really?
Yeah, your
what do you love?
Your First Amendment, your free speech,
Freedom of speech.
Yeah, we don't have that in Canada.
Wow.
We have freedom of expression, but it's such a
Because you
gray
can say
area.
some stuff and get in big trouble.
Yeah, major trouble. Like they're trying to pass a law right now. Like if you're making even jokes about Holocaust denial, that you can go to jail
Yeah.
for that. So
Yeah,
it's
they fucked the truckers too.
yeah.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
One of my friends is still in prison over the blockade in that took place in Coots. We met him when we
unreal.
went down, and he's been a political prisoner now for over 600 days, and he hasn't had a trial. There's been lawyers that have fucked him over, people that have fucked him over, cash wise, that is, and the judge just keeps, or the courts just keep kicking it down the road. So now he's been sitting in the Lethbridge Remand Center now, and there's like a community of dudes. You guys would love these guys. Their name is Diagolon down they're in Canada, and they came together, and this guy had to raise $150,000 before his trial, and they did it in like 3 days.
Wow.
So all these people came together so that this one guy could go to trial and have like a fair court case on the whole matter.
And the Canadian government, didn't they look at who donated to the GoFundMe?
And they froze bank accounts over that too. Yeah.
Are you
Yeah.
serious?
Yeah, they froze people's. It was, and
that's
it was
some
like
good
some
shit.
people donated $10 and had their bank accounts seized by the Canadian government over donating. They didn't attend. They weren't at the protests. They weren't at Coots. They weren't in Ottawa for it, and had their bank accounts frozen by the Canadian government.
That's so fucked.
Yeah. So
crazy.
it would have been. It was
So
not,
definitely no First Amendment in Canada.
No, there is no First Amendment. It's it's a blanket. It's just a pile of bullshit. And we have our Charter of Rights and Freedoms, who Justin Trudeau's dad brought into Canada, and it's just a pile of happy horse shit at the end of the day. Like, you get what we have instead of freedom of speech is freedom of expression, but some people have gotten fucked really hard from even that. And a Canadian comic by the name of Mike Ward made a joke about this handicapped kid and Celine Dion and performing with him, and he had to go all the way up to the Supreme Court over it. Like, it was insane, all over a joke. And they
All over a joke.
yeah.
2 comics lost upwards of $50,000 to $100,000 in court because of jokes they made on stage. So I have no knowledge with firearms in the Second Amendment, but the bullets I fire are on stage with the First Amendment. So that's my shooting range. And I love a country like yours where I can come and unload the whole clip.
So the First Amendment is like the most important thing.
Yes.
Yeah.
And in Canada, it's not as bad as China. Okay. The comedian in China that made fun of the government there, made fun of their military, career ended, squashed in isolation. You know what I mean? We're not quite there yet, but these two comics, one of them Mike Ward, the other I don't know the name. The other guy in Vancouver, he made fun of two lesbians in the front row. They were talking throughout the set. They were drunk. They start making out. And he goes, "What, you're lesbians?" And they're like, "Yeah." And he goes, "I don't think so. It's just no dude would fuck either of you," is what he said. Right? I guarantee you that popped the room. It got a great reaction in a comedy club, mind you. And they claimed that it hurt their feelings, and the judge agreed. And somewhere between 50 and 100 grand, that guy lost.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
So, the way we think about the Second Amendment, a lot of us, you think the same way about the First Amendment.
Yeah.
In here in the United States, there's a way that you can lose the Second Amendment forever. Mm-hmm. Could you imagine losing the First Amendment forever?
Yeah.
Well, that's our country.
And that's your country, right?
Yeah.
So, that's what we're trying to get people to understand here in the United States. There are celebrities right now that are saying that if Trump gets elected, we're going to Canada.
Good. I'll trade you fucking citizenship the day that happens. You want to fucking trade? Gladly. Go enjoy it. Have at her. Fucking every Canadian that has an opportunity to come down here is the most grateful motherfucker on the planet. So if any of you homos want to fucking go up there, gladly. You are now Brendan Black here, and I'll take your identification, and I will be American as fuck.
Wow.
Bald eagles, handguns, I don't care. I'll eat bald pussy, the whole 9 yards.
Bald pussy.
Amen.
Wow.
Yeah. I fucking love the United States.
I'm afraid of what I want to ask you next.
You know what, brother? I'm on board.
Shaved or unshaved?
It don't matter. As long as it's fucking American made.
So what do you think the average Canadian thinks of guns?
The average Canadian.
Okay,
so like you got Alberta is completely different than the rest of the country, and anytime you're outside of a major city, it's going to be pro firearm because that is still a pastime. People love hunting in Canada. They love shooting and shit like that. So, I've been out to a polo field. I had to shoot a bunch of gophers because apparently they dig holes in the field, and then the horse will twist its ankle, and the horses are so expensive, right? So that's the only really experience I've had with hunting. I know you've done extensive hunting. Yeah. Canada does love their guns, but we just don't have the same access. I believe Trudeau banned handguns.
Yes.
Yep.
And then our country freaked out about that, as if everyone's next thing on their shopping list was a 9mm.
Wow.
So I don't know. I don't think we love them as much as America, but we certainly don't have the same access.
Was it like a time frame? They said, hey, in X amount of days, this is going to be banned. So people actually went out and bought them.
Yeah.
So once they banned them, well, then what happened? Did they confiscate them?
Well, they freeze.
Yeah, they did a freeze, and now they're trying to implement a buyback program. Oh. Well, they did try to, and it failed tremendously.
Of course,
because the people that have weapons want the weapons.
Yeah, they're not giving them
guns.
Yeah,
They did the same thing with assault rifles or assault rifles.
Yeah,
put it in air quotes because it's a 300-page list of 1,300 guns, and it also includes what kind of.
There was a Nerf gun or something included in it because that's how fucking dumb they are. Yeah, it was
gun, right?
Or sorry, an airsoft gun, not a Nerf gun. It was an airsoft gun that was included in the list because a bunch of gun. It was hilarious.
Yeah, it's funny. Actually, you're right. I've never thought about the word assault rifle. That's a
verb.
That's a heavy.
It's a verb.
Assault
is a verb, so it doesn't
a rape knife. There's no rape knife.
Yeah, right? An assault knife.
Yeah.
An assault
They're
bat.
all rape
knives.
If you use them right.
I fucking throw it, you hit it.
But with restricted weapons, well, what we call restricted, it would be like handguns and anything like with a magazine.
More than 5.
Right? Yeah, you can only have, your magazines can only have 5 bullets in them.
I can't count that low. I start at 5. 5, 6, 7. That's where I start.
Our cops get 15 though.
Do they?
Yeah. And so that's something I thought about, like in movies, you know, in the 80s, there would always be that scene where they're like counting the bullets. And they're like, he's fired 5. He's got 1 more to go. 6. And he's like, now we make our move. But now the count is so high, it'd be so hard. Bang, 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 bang. Is that 8, 9, 10, 11? Can I move? I think he's out. You turn around the corner, you get 4 more bullets to your stomach, you know?
Those restricted weapons, though, you can only fire them at ranges. So, and when you want to take them to the range, you have to notify the RCMP, and that's
law enforcement.
Yeah, it's law enforcement up there, and you have to let them know exact route you're going to take, and you cannot stop. If you stop for gas and get like caught with it in there, you can do like jail time, get fined,
Jeez.
all sorts of stuff.
So don't run out of gas.
Yeah.
Duly noted.
Yeah, so if you're taking your handgun from, I don't know, home to the range to go fire it, you have to have the specific route that you're taking, and you have to notify them that you're taking that route, that it has to be like stored correctly, like in your case. And then once you get there, and then you got to let them know when you're leaving as well. So that way they know that you have that in the car.
Freedom. I love that.
So that like kind of stops like a lot of people from getting their restricted firearms license. That's what we call it up there.
So these celebrities that are saying that they're gonna move to Canada, how does that work with the security? You know, having someone as your private security and being a guard to protect you, it's kind of restricted.
Yeah. I don't know if there's like I haven't gone that far. I don't know if like there's security that can carry or what.
Yeah, the premier. I saw him at Earl's one day, and he had I talked to those guys, and they're not police officers, but they had open carry.
Did they?
They were allowed to, yeah.
But if you were like, I don't know, fucking, who's a celebrity that's like anti-gun that's a real dipshit? First one to come to
Probably
brain.
anyone in LA, right?
Yeah.
So fucking,
Mark Wahlberg.
is he?
Is he really?
He's an
No.
anti-gun guy?
Really?
What?
As many guns he's fired
Jesus.
and people he's killed on set.
You'd think a fucking fellow
On
racist
screen?
would love
Wow.
wasn't he beating up Chinese guys in fucking Detroit for a minute there?
Vietnamese.
Was he really?
Vietnamese.
Yeah,
Was he
yeah.
really?
Yeah, he beat the shit out of him. He
Asian
had, like-
hate. Hashtag Asian
With a
hate.
wrench.
He had to come out and
With a wrench?
Yeah, right.
Not Mark
He was
Wahlberg.
something.
It was like a
Yeah.
tire iron or
Not
a
Marky
wrench.
Mark.
It
Oh, man.
was.
Yeah, almost killed him. Yeah.
No Wow.
He came out and made a big apology, didn't he?
Yeah, this is early days. Yeah, this is like Calvin Klein ad days.
Wow. No.
Yeah.
Wow. That's it. Gives me a different look of Marky Mark now.
Yeah.
Sad.
Well, sorry for ruining that for you.
Yeah.
How'd you look at him before?
It was definitely different.
Those Calvin Klein ads got you
Yeah, just a little bit.
reared up.
Anyway, moving on.
Yeah. The fucking dink was slapping off the fucking belt buckles. Yeah. Mr. Jingles walking down the hall.
Yeah. Oh my goodness, what's going on here? Oh man. All right, so
Moving on.
so you guys had problems with your Instagram. What's up with that?
Yeah, our news got blocked. So I like, because I'm down here, I can't show you, but
It's blocked, so you actually can't.
I
Pull it up.
can like you can't.
Can I pull up your page?
Yeah, because
So
we're
we
down
can
here.
pull it up.
Yes, you can look at anything Canadian, but we can't get any of our news sources from like Instagram, Facebook, and Google. It
It's blocked.
suppresses it because we passed a bill that was like the Online News Act, and where our government tried to like squeeze some dollars out of all these like big tech fucking social media apps. And then the big tech was like, well, fuck you, we're not going to pay you. And it totally backfired on them. So like,
Pulled out, huh?
yeah. So like if I was back in Canada and I say I wanted to look at what's Fox News putting out today on Instagram, I can't see it.
Can't see it.
It just says this has been blocked in
Because
Canada.
our government goes to Facebook and says, if you want your stuff to be shown to our people, you need to pay. And then Facebook goes, hey, I don't think you understand how this works. You pay us, right? Everyone pays us to advertise, not the other way around. So they said, you know what, go fuck yourself. And they blocked the country entirely from it.
They tried pulling the reverse extortion.
Yeah. And they learned real quick like how much power Canada wields to the American big tech companies, which was hilarious. I thought it was funny when they fucking slapped that down. And it was like,
Yeah.
it sucks, but at the same time, it's funny.
So what questions do you have now that your co-host is gone?
What about good old Bill C-16? Remember that one?
Which one was that?
The you must use the preferred pronoun bill that got Jordan Peterson. A bunch of stink.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, you lose your kid if you don't call your kid the right pronoun.
The state will
You
take
go to
them
jail.
away.
There is a guy in Vancouver right now, a dad that's in jail because he refused to call his son or daughter the right whatever they changed to.
And refused to cut his dick off
Yeah,
as well.
that kind of shit.
Mm-hmm.
So
Was that
that's Vancouver.
Vancouver?
Yeah.
Y'all are from Alberta.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's more hardcore, isn't it?
Yeah, we got a kind of a renegade of a premier, so that'd be like our governor right now that's like kind of pushing back against Ottawa. So it's like a little bit of a cowboy state right now. It's kind of nice.
It's kind of like Texas.
Kind of like it, yeah. We're slowly getting there because she's been like, so we have like the Canadian pension plan. So you pay into that, and then in your old age, or once you hit 65, you get a pension. And she's trying to remove Alberta out of that and create our own separate pension, which is causing like a lot of waves right now. It's like kind of a fuck you back to Ottawa. I think it's just a political stunt. I don't know if she's going to pull the trigger on it. Hey? But
Yeah, you know you were hired because you were pretty, right? You're like a Earl's hostess. Sorry, do they have Earls here? Moxies? Hooters?
Would be
We got
the
Hooters.
keg?
Hooters?
Right? You
Twin
hired him
Peaks.
because he's pretty, right?
Exactly.
Yeah, yeah.
Can we
Yeah.
vape in here?
You can.
Yeah?
Absolutely.
That's what I'm talking about. That's freedom, you know?
Why would you not be able to vape in here?
I don't know. This is
People
just
don't
a
let you vape inside? Is that like illegal to vape inside?
Yeah.
Well, we're gonna vape inside.
I didn't know gun culture and
It's in
vape
Canada.
culture
You
crossed
can
over.
vape.
I never
I like
I've
it.
never seen anything that says you can't vape inside. I know you can't smoke inside, but vape, we're vaping inside.
Can you not vape inside in Canada?
No.
Can't do anything inside.
Yeah, well,
yeah.
we're
No.
vaping.
I like this. I like this a lot, actually.
Do you guys have rubber bullets here?
No, we have rib bullets.
Okay.
We don't do rubber.
You can buy them though.
Canada just in some cities switched to rubber bullets, partially because of the ammo crisis and partially because black people can't show bruises.
That's some racist shit.
Isolate that.
That's some racist shit if I ever heard it in my life. Fucking Canada. That's why I'm never going to Canada. Never ever going to
Hey,
Canada.
this is what happens when you give me the First Amendment down here. All right, I let some
all these
bullets fly.
celebrities, all these celebrities that want to go to Canada, they're just racist.
That's racial, not racist. All right, that's a fact, Jack.
It's racialist.
So we're not killing them. We're just bruising them.
And you
right?
want
That's
you
nicer.
want to make sure you see the bruise.
No, we can't see the bruise. It
Okay.
can send you home, and your mom won't even know. It's perfect.
Oh, okay.
They want to be able to shoot black people on more than one occasion.
Not
just once
show a
and then they're
bruise.
dead.
Repeat customers.
Wow.
We don't have many of them. Okay, we have Come on.
I got to make use.
Black Lives Matter. Oh goodness. All right, so
Got you off guard.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll get
What
you
do you
off
got for us
Yeah,
now?
that'll get you off your phone.
you were quiet when you came in. You were like comatose. I was like, oh, this guy's gonna be quiet. He's not gonna say anything.
Now he's vaped up.
Yeah, he is. Yeah,
Couple hits, you give me an ounce of freedom, and this is what's happening.
Oh my goodness.
So Uncle Hack,
Yeah.
which emoji do you have in your Instagram bio?
None.
Yeah, I don't have any. I went with the Palestine one, but that was a bad move.
You know, with the baby beheading one.
Yeah, I went with that, and I don't know if you know anything about show business. A lot of them are in there. You know what I mean? On the other side.
Let me scoot over here.
Are you Jewish?
You're gonna be in your own frame.
You're a gay black Republican Jew.
Hey,
Holy
Hey,
shit!
pick two, man.
Yeah.
Pick two.
gotta protect all my
Leave
minorities.
some for the rest of us.
I gotta protect all my minorities.
Holy shit! Where do they find you?
I'm an anomaly, I guess.
Yeah, you're one of a kind, man. You're one of a kind.
That's right.
Yeah.
That's right.
Hey, so what if
I love my Jewish community.
you have to say that for your sponsors?
No, I love my Jewish community.
what have you? Because I know you're always battling the government.
Always.
So
24/7.
my buddy tells me that you went to war over something about a gun stock barrel, something like this. Is this
Right.
ringing a bell? What is this?
So it's a bump stock. So a bump stock is something that it's a part that you put on a rifle to assist you in, you know, firing the rifle like faster or something like that. So it's a bump stock. So it's not really about the part. What it's really about is the fact that the ATF, the governing body that actually, you know, has been tasked by our Congress to regulate firearms, they've actually decided to ban this. Now, you guys are familiar with the Constitution. The way our government is set up, you know, we're set up so that Congress actually write laws, not departments of our federal government, not the ATF, not the FDA. FDA can't come out one day and say, you know, we're going to decide to make everyone wear a mask. If you don't wear a mask, we're going to charge you with a crime. You know, they can't do that. You know, they can't turn millions of Americans into felons or criminals overnight. So that's what the ATF has done. The ATF has decided to ban certain parts of different guns. And so what I've done is actually file a lawsuit against them and say, you can't do that. Only Congress can do that. You cannot regulate. You know, you can interpret, but you can't turn millions of Americans into felons overnight.
Okay, so what is so controversial about a bump stock?
Well, so the bump stock is actually allegedly what a guy named Stephen Paddock used in Las Vegas at Las Vegas shooting. And so
Didn't he use a bunch of guns though?
he used a bunch of guns, and he probably would have been able to shoot more people if he hadn't used the bump stock, because it's really not that accurate. So it's unstable, you know. So, but allegedly he used that, and because he used that and killed so many people, they said, hey, we're going to ban this particular part if you put it on a firearm or part period, you know, in the United States. And this was done under the Trump administration. Once a Republican president comes out and say they're going to ban something, no one wanted to come out against him. They said, hey, okay, the NRA is like, okay, we're on board. You know, every other gun organization was on board. No one wanted to contest this. But I said, you know what, that's not right. You know, I'm going to challenge this. I'm going to challenge this in court and push it to the high court if I have to. And I'm glad I did do that, because now we have a Democrat in office, and now the ATF has been emboldened. They're saying, hey, you know, we're going to ban other things too, because we were able to get this here, this little part, this piece under a Republican president. We're going to use that same language, and we're going to get some other different parts and pieces. We're going to ban those. And so my case is the closest case to the United States Supreme Court that's going to protect all those other different things that the ATF, the Alcohol, Tobacco, and Firearms, want to ban.
God damn.
So it's like it's too tall of an order to ban guns after a tragedy like
Correct.
that. So we will settle for the attachment that makes them more lethal, sort of thing, is what they went for.
We'll just settle for an attachment, period.
Okay, so that at least their side can say we got something done.
We did something.
And then you said, I don't think so.
I'm saying, fuck you.
Okay, more attachments.
Right.
I want an ACOG.
More guns equals less crime.
Yeah. So a bump like
That's America.
how the hell is that?
You're goddamn right. I know all about that, man. Didn't I tell you I'm American?
For 6 months of the year you are.
For 6 months, yeah. You're
Yeah.
goddamn right.
Yeah.
I'm a Dallas Stars fan overnight. Yeah, right. I could never say that out loud. That's the only thing. Cut that out.
I'm a Mavericks fan. I ride with the Mavericks. Heavy. You guys, okay, good talk.
Stars.
It's strictly gun talk on
You guys
this.
don't do
Dallas Stars.
You're a Stars fan?
Oh yeah, I'm from Dallas.
Are you?
In the Mike Madonna days.
Oh, that's the era I hated.
I can see why.
Yeah, you see the hat, hey? Yeah, the playoff battles that we would have. That was a good era, though. There were some good games that were taking place. There's a few series where it was just like nitty gritty second round wars.
That's when we had the Hatcher brothers on defense.
Yeah, and Brett Hull. Mm-hmm. There's your American hero.
So, you know,
You're a big hockey guy, hey?
Nah, I like watching
The
hockey.
bump
I
stock
like the fights.
Is
You
the
like the
foot
fight?
in the
Yeah, I like the
crease.
fight.
Brett Hall's foot in the crease was taken away. That's the bump stock of hockey.
Yeah.
Okay.
That makes scoring too lethal.
Mm.
You're welcome.
Can't do it.
What about that? Wasn't he in Canada? The hockey player that was lethal.
Yeah. Happy Gilmore? No, that happened in the UK, though.
That was the UK.
Yeah,
Oh, okay.
UK. We don't do that. We got respect for the game over.
Yeah.
What did he do?
So was that
What did he do?
accidental or
Was it?
intentional?
I don't know. It's
Todd Bertuzzi, we have respect.
he got charged with manslaughter,
What
so
did he
that
do?
tells you.
So there's a hockey player that he's basically going towards this other guy, and right before he gets to him, his leg hikes up to neck level, and his skate slashes the guy's throat.
I think he hits a
Kills
guy
him.
though before, doesn't he? He bumps into it's a weird play. He was like coming in, hit this guy, and his feet come up. But I think I don't think it was intentional for the throat, but I'm thinking that he was trying to get a foot out there to like disrupt the play at least.
Kick him a little
And that
bit in
killed
the
him.
chest, maybe. or
Killed him,
something.
yeah, killed the guy.
Yeah, he bled out on the ice.
Oh wow. Yeah, that's like 30 seconds. You're gone. Wow.
It's gruesome. It's pretty gnarly.
Yeah, if you can't stop the bleeding, you're done. Wow. You know, this past weekend we had the opportunity to teach someone how to shoot who didn't have any. Excuse me. This past weekend we had the opportunity to teach someone who how to shoot who didn't have any arms.
I saw the foot
You saw that?
clip.
You like that?
That's insane.
The foot clip.
I couldn't believe the dexterity of the guy. I guess he had to. His
Right.
whole life. Have you seen this?
No.
Yeah, he just used the toe and held it like with the feet and actually aimed down range and a good spread too.
Right,
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 Yeah.
very good.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Really?
he was a very good shot.
You ever get any libs in here and you convert them?
You know, we just recently started doing fingerprints for like different things that people want to do, different jobs or whatever they need to get a background check. And so every once in a while we'll get someone here in Moms Demand Action who are anti-gun. And so I probably shouldn't say this. This is going to come back and get me. But what we do is we have this little segment of Family Guy that we play when he talks about the Second Amendment. So it's actually pretty funny.
And that gets him
Oh,
sometimes?
that pisses him off
Oh, good.
every
Okay.
single time. Yeah. But I don't try to convert. I'm not trying to convert anyone who's already anti-gun. You know, that's not worth my energy. It's not worth my breath. Why convert them? You know, they're dead set in their ways, you know. So, hey, you know, just put a flag in your house and say, hey, no guns here. That way we can send all the criminals that way. No guns over there.
What about as a gay man? Do you like converting straight men?
Well, yeah. I'll talk to you about that after the show.
Oh, okay. Understood. Oh, and the conversion process has started.
He's got game.
Oh, my God.
I think gay porn where one of the guys is a straight guy is like the highest
most of the people,
grossing,
most of them
subgenre of gay.
yeah, most of them that actually do gay porn are straight, allegedly.
Wow.
How that works?
That's
out.
That is
oxymoron.
true. There's a comic in Edmonton that would do gay porn for pay.
He did bukkake scenes. He
Yeah.
got paid $50 per load.
Yeah.
Yeah, $50 per shooter, and there was
Yeah.
like 12 shooters. That's what that is.
So you guys are you're doing the wrong thing. You guys should switch over.
I got a weak load.
Yeah.
I don't test well on camera. Weak
No?
load.
Yeah, my piece is like a 9mm. You know, it's not very effective in
Yeah,
close quarters.
I got no bump stock on mine. If you know what I'm saying.
No pistol brace.
I know what that means.
Oh man. All right, so how do Canadians kind of look at us, especially Texas, not just Americans but Texans, they think, everyone in Texas has a gun, everyone has a cowboy hat, what do you think the perception is? What was your perception before you came to Texas? What'd you think?
Well, you see Texas Walker Ranger, and that's all you get on TV. And then I come here, and the first show I do, they give a box of bullets out to everyone. And you're like, oh, maybe it is like that. And then the Walmart greeter has a gun. And then the guy you're doing the show with has an AR-15 in his trunk. And then the comic you're working with has a gun on his hip, and he goes on stage concealed with a gun, and the stage is high and the people are sitting at head level from where the stage is. And I think if that gun drops on the ground, boom, headshot. I don't know if guns fire when they hit the ground like the movies, do they?
No.
Like in True Lies?
I don't know, but every
There's a
movie there's always the
machine
scene.
gun that falls down the stairs, and every step it hits and it shoots one bad guy each time. Yeah.
Only if what's the actor's name? Only if he's
Alec Baldwin.
Only if Alec Baldwin.
Yeah.
That's it.
Actually, Kate, let's dispel some myths about guns that we see in movies. One is that when it hits the ground, it always fires. So that doesn't happen?
That doesn't happen.
Ever?
That was only with that handgun that's on the poster, the P320. The SIG P320 would, if it falls and it hits right on the back side of it, then it would go off.
Okay.
They did a recall and then they fixed that.
It was
but-
it was defective.
Yeah.
So
But typically,
one kind of
that does not happen.
All right, next myth. I see this a lot in especially older action movies when the guy gets shot in the shoulder and they go, "Hey, are you all right?" And he goes, "I went through and through. We're good. We're good," he says. The bullet went in one way and I have 2 holes in my body now. We're good. Let's keep moving. Is that better?
He's good because he maybe any main parts of the body, but he's bleeding out, so that's not good.
No. But is it better than the bullet still being in the shoulder?
Yeah.
It is.
Because then there's lead in that bullet and you'll get lead poisoning.
Okay.
And you have to fish out that bullet.
Okay. Because it's always this sense of relief. Oh, thank God it just went through me. We're good.
Usually there's a hole where it goes in, which is small, and then where it goes out is larger. That's the exit wound.
Okay. Any other myths you can think of with guns that how they're depicted in movies? God, they jam a lot, huh? Are guns jamming all the time?
No.
No.
If you're not holding it properly, then that's a possibility. If you're riding the slide, meaning that you have your thumbs, on the slide, then that's a possibility. You're not holding the gun with a nice, good, firm grip. You're limp wristing, then that can happen. But if you're holding the gun properly, there's no reason why the gun should jam or malfunction, especially if you have a clean working gun.
Interesting. Okay, those are all my questions.
Nice. Oh, man.
I got a question for you guys.
So,
What's that?
So I heard that assisted suicide in Canada is now the 7th leading cause of death.
Yes.
I didn't know that stat, but yeah, it's big.
Yes.
My granddad did it.
Really?
Yeah. And
So it's legal to do that?
Yeah, he was quite happy about it too.
So how do you do it? Is it a pill? Is it a shot?
It's an injection he took. Just
So it's like killing your dog.
yeah, exactly like that.
Wow.
And you got to be in the room and you have to pet them while they go.
Really?
Good night, sweet
So
prince.
so is there a process? How does that work? Do you go to your local hospital and say, "Hey, this is my time. I'm ready to go."
As long
Can I
as-
do that? I'm 25 years old.
So as long as you can say my quality of life is bad, and that's up to that person to decide if they're for this world or not. As long as they have something on paper that is ailing them enough. I don't know.
Oh, so you have something that needs to be wrong with you. You
Yes.
just can't be a healthy person.
Well, okay.
Well,
There's
I don't know.
also this Paralympian there, and she's like 41 years old, and she requested to the VA center there, "Hey, can I get some assistance with a ramp to get into my home?" And they sent her back a letter saying, "Hey, you can do the MAID program and go kill yourself instead."
Yeah.
No.
They're offering
Yep.
a lot of. They're offering the maids program to a lot of veterans too in Canada. Like instead of because
It's it's called the MAID program.
yeah,
medical assistance in dying.
And she's a Paralympian.
Yeah.
And she just wanted a ramp so she could get her wheelchair into her home. And they sent her this letter saying, "You could die now instead."
Wow.
Yeah.
they're trying to pass right now for like a cure for homelessness and drug addiction is to like they're gonna start like promoting it to the homeless and the addicts on the street.
I'm all for that.
And I saw another news report where a guy was just saying, "Hey, I can't afford rent. I'm going to go do assisted suicide." And this guy was like 40s or 50s.
I seen it. Yeah, there was another one too out in Ontario where a parent had to intervene because this child was probably, I think it was fucking 16, 17, was trying to get medically assisted in dying for their diabetes. And it was almost through to where this kid could have killed himself through the government. But the parent was like, "Whoa, what the fuck are you doing?" And like came in.
Insane.
Yeah. It's getting pretty nuts. But they don't they kind of keep it hush hush, It's instead of a headline, it's like down at the bottom of CBC News or whatever.
But you can't have a gun.
You can't have a gun. The government can fucking kill you in many different ways.
Government
But you
can
can't shoot yourself.
Right.
You can't shoot yourself. That's illegal.
Ooh.
Yeah.
It's illegal to shoot yourself
Yep.
You'll get charged.
Because
Yeah.
you would have the gun for one.
if you survive.
For old people, I think it's great. My granddad apparently was quite happy the day he went, and he told us, he goes, "Don't even come visit me." He's like, "I'm down and out right now. I don't want my family seeing me like this. Remember me as the strong guy." And apparently the nurses said on his last day, he was so chipper and so happy. He's like, "Today I finally get to check out." So that was fucking ballsy of him. I think that's pretty cool.
How does that work? Like, because in most religions, it's frowned upon when you take your own life.
Yeah, he's not religious.
So most Canadians are not religious.
Why, are you Christian?
Yeah.
Are you?
Yeah, I'm Christian. Yeah.
That's like big down here.
His religion was the casino. That's about it. You guys don't even. Oh, you don't have gambling here. Right. How can you carry a firearm anywhere you want and have a pet tiger, but you can't buy weed and you're not allowed abortion? You're not allowed to gamble on sports. There's a lot. Hey, you don't have a lot of freedoms here, actually.
Right.
You're actually lacking quite a few of them.
Because you guys can smoke weed.
Yeah.
Every corner store, every 7-Eleven next to it has a weed store you can buy. It's easier than you can
kill yourself.
Yes.
Wow.
Yeah. And you can kill a baby, no problem. It's a walk-in. If you want an abortion, you can walk in.
No issues.
And get it done for free.
Up until the last day.
And check this out. If you want to get an IUD installed.
Right before the baby comes out?
No, up to first trimester is all good. It's all gravy. And you get an IUD for cheaper if you're getting the abortion, you get the IUD for free. If it's the copper one, you get it for free. This is a nice little frugal tip for you.
So that's why you don't have any kids.
Yeah, that's right. So if you want to get an IUD, get pregnant first, go to Canada, get the abortion, get it installed for free. All right.
How come you don't have any kids?
Yeah, what's your excuse?
So when you get to the pearly gates, what do you think?
You're supposed to be the quiet one.
Yeah. I like to let one sit in the chamber every now and then. Yep. So when you get to the pearly gates, are you going to lie to God?
No, absolutely not. Definitely tell the truth.
How the hell are you going to get in there?
Hey,
I thought he doesn't like the gays.
That's not true. God never said anything about the gays.
Did he say anything about the blacks?
I don't think so. I'm thinking, no, he was black, so of course not.
All right, you got me there.
So was Ariel in The Little Mermaid.
Correct.
Yeah, that was great. It's finally good to see one of you swim.
All right, let's change gears a little bit.
I found my new best friend down in the States, ladies and gentlemen.
All right, so let's talk about law enforcement and how you guys look at police in Canada versus the United States. So let's females. Do you think females should be cops?
Absolutely not.
Really? Why?
No. Why? First off, okay, when the lockdowns were happening in Canada, 2 female officers went to go arrest a 20-year-old kid who was on skates on an outdoor rink and couldn't get the kid to the ground. And I've never laughed harder in my life. I actually, I fooled a lot of people in Canada. I pretended to be the, I don't know, like
police chief.
Yeah, the police chief of Calgary. And I said that these women are being suspended and we're sending them to the local high school wrestling team to learn how to take down a kid. And it fooled a lot of people. And they were like, this guy should be fired for fucking saying some shit like this. This is a bad take. And they were pissed off. So but no, I don't think that there should be female officers.
What do you think?
Yeah. So, fuck, man. Obviously, I think there's some, as long as they're riding maybe with a male. Well, let me finish here.
Yeah, so you can get suck jobs on the.
Yeah. Look, officers don't always have to be physical. You know what I mean? There are jobs, like the paperwork after the shift. You know what I mean? That's what the ladies. No, I'm kidding. But okay, so I can give you a stat here. There's something called the gang suppression unit in Calgary. These are the heavies. Okay, you got to apply for this position. There's 5 of them. And they roll into the crowded bars at night and they kick out any gang members. To get on this elite team, there is a test. And one of the tests, and this is the reason why no woman has ever cracked the team, is you have to climb into a ventilation shaft above you wearing a 100-pound weight vest. And no woman has ever been able to pull herself up and do it, and all the men have. Now, I don't think gangs hang out in ventilation shafts, so this doesn't make any sense to me. But unfortunately, physically, it just shows the difference between the two. And your video, like with the wrestling to the ice, those girls were pathetic. But I think maybe women can be a little bit cooler, less hot-headed. So if it's a good combination to have a woman.
What if they're trans?
Well, then that's
which
a man.
way? Which way?
I'm not fucking.
Yeah, if it's girl to guy, then who you fooling? But guy to girl.
What are we talking about?
If it's guy to girl, then yeah, man, because
Guy to
that's
girl,
like an
yeah.
undercover cop.
Right. So okay.
Yeah, that's good.
So you're good with that.
Oh, ladies.
I think cops. There's some hot cops that work in Calgary too,
Okay.
and so I'm a fan of any lady in a uniform. And there's something
You don't
about
think she should be a cop, but you're a fan of looking at her uniform.
there's something about me that thinks I can get off a ticket if it's what, and so can you. Look at you. Hey, if a woman came up to you, a female cop was giving you a ticket, and you flashed those pearly whites, you think you could get out a ticket? You flex the
flash these
tits, yeah.
tits,
Bounce them a couple times. I don't know. I don't know.
Excuse me, ladies. Is there any drugs in this bathroom?
Hello, fellow women.
Jiu-jitsu, also, if they're trained in jiu-jitsu, they should be able to kick any man's ass. Right?
What do you mean? No, fuck no.
A normal guy. Like me. I think a woman
Dude,
trained
you
in
punch
jiu-jitsu.
a broad. Do you know how fucking effective jujitsu is? To a gun or a knife? 0. You're done. It's
Yeah.
over.
It's just a harsh judgment to say they can't be cops at all. You know, they
So
have to be allowed.
so basically, if you give the female a gun, then it equals out everything, right?
It should.
Well, the fucking 2 broads had the gun and they couldn't get the stupid kid on the ice rink on down. They're
Well-
doing the mom thing where it's like, get off the ice now. And the guy's like, fuck you. And they tried to taser him. They missed. And then the guy had to come and get this fucking kid off the ice to arrest him for being outside.
We all know that women
Fucking
are
loser.
much less emotional than men,
Yeah.
right?
Yes. Yeah.
Yeah, men are the emotional ones. And women are,
Yeah, women are much less hot-headed than men.
yeah, much less.
When you said that, I was like dumbfounded, dude. That doesn't make any sense.
They're so much more even keel and logical compared to men.
Yeah,
you know?
especially the ones that want to be cops. Really known for keeping it fucking on the rails.
I fold. You're right. I fold. I fold my hand. You're right.
It's like female bodybuilders. What are you doing? Knock it off. What's the point here? Unreal. Anything?
No, I folded. I folded.
You want to hop on this team for a bit? It's feeling good in America right now, brother. I'm telling you.
I feel like a female cop right now.
So we're definitely going to tag Justin Trudeau in this one.
Go ahead. Fuck you. I'm American now.
You're not going back?
I'm going to have to, unfortunately.
Yeah.
If someone told me I was getting deported at a show last night, that hurt my feelings, actually.
What happened?
So somebody said as soon as they knew I was from Canada, they said deported out of here. So we're going to have to change that. I'm going to need about 2 of those.
Have you gone down to the mothership?
I haven't yet. Well, we went there and just checked it out. We haven't done.
Haven't done the show there?
No.
Nice. All right. So
Working on it.
Nice. Yeah. Yeah, he's Joe Rogan's done a lot of stuff here in Austin. Austin's becoming like a hub for comedy now. All of a sudden, like since like 2020, it's just like I don't know what changed, what happened. I don't know if it was COVID or what, but we have a lot of different comedy shows. A lot of comedians are coming here, and it's actually popping off here in Austin.
Yeah.
It's been like a nice little hub.
You can thank California for that.
Why? Because it just crashed, it tanked.
Yeah. Basically pushed him out of there and brought him here. And now it's like he created a comedy hub, I guess, around him by bringing other guys around in a way, I guess. No?
Yep.
All right. So what do you guys? What other stuff you guys have planned? You know, for the future? You going to different cities? You like Austin the best? What cities in the United States you like?
Well, in the near future, we're in Round Rock November 29th and Plano at the House of Comedy December 3rd. I got to fuck off to Chicago December 8 and 9. So
Chicago. How's
we're
that?
just
Have you done that before, Chicago?
No, I haven't been there yet. No.
Okay.
And now that's a gun city, huh?
Yeah, boy.
Yeah.
Yeah, maybe not legal, but it's a gun city.
I was in an Uber one time and I met a couple. It was like an Uber pool. And
They were going to the gun range?
I just asked them, I go, is Chicago really as bad as people say? And they're like, just stay away from like 3rd to 112th. I was like, that's a lot of blocks.
3rd and 112.
just avoid that section. That's 109 city blocks. Like, what are we talking about? So I'm looking forward to seeing if it's as bad as it's cracked up to be. But
man,
I don't know. I've only done it took me 3 years and about $10,000 to get the U.S. visa to be allowed to work here.
Is that expensive?
When I came here a couple years ago, it technically wasn't legal. I was just showcasing, doing spots.
Yeah, so you're here for because you came down once before. You
Yeah.
attended some Republican, events. Yeah.
Oh, I had a
event
great
with
time
him.
with Gary here, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, I got to soak in the city. That's what did that show here. And,
Right.
But now we're on pay. We can promote our shows and be paid for them and everything like that. It took a long time to earn the credits to even be able to file for that visa, and then the application process and the money behind it, and then now I get to bring Hack and Sam with me under that visa. So we're hitting anywhere we can right now, man.
How about New York City?
Not yet, but I am invited to the Stand there. I don't know. That's one of the clubs that I got to hit in the near future. Yeah.
The Stand. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Awesome. What about L.A.?
Yeah, I've done that like 8 times. I do the Ha Ha and the Factory, and I've done the Store a couple times, but that place is hard to crack into.
Anything in Oregon or Washington State?
No, not yet. Not yet. I don't know. We got a great fan base in Canada. The shows sell out and they're awesome. That's what pays our bills.
Right.
But we are starting from square one here in America, just earning a fan base. And it's a fun process, man. I don't know.
Yeah. What about Matt Rife?
What about him?
What do you think about him?
He's a good comic, I think. Yeah. Why?
I'm just trying to see if you can trash talk some other comedians. That's all.
You're like, I can't trash him. He's bringing a lot of people into comedy clubs that have never been to comedy clubs before.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
he is helping the industry, and for that I thank him.
Nice.
What about Amy Schumer?
I thought we were talking about comedians.
There we go.
Female comics? That's what you want to get into next? We did female cops. We did bodybuilders. Now comedians. Jeez. No, I don't know. Fucking. I don't watch her stuff. So.
What about Dave Chappelle?
Hero.
Yeah.
That's what got me into stand up was
Really?
Dave. Yeah. It was the first special I ever watched was Killing Him Softly.
I didn't know that.
Yeah. That was the first one. I watched it
Wow.
on Comedy Central. And then that was like 13 when I seen it. And then I was hooked from there.
Yeah.
Started watching it more. You know what's funny is like I would watch more BET Comic View than I would Comedy Central. So I would watch like a lot of black comedy growing up than I would fucking the Crackers.
What kills me is people get so angry at Dave Chappelle. They don't listen to what he's saying. They don't listen to the story.
That's good for business.
Yeah, they just hear part of it and they just take that and they run with it. They don't actually listen to what he's trying to say in the big picture.
Every time we get hit with some angry people that
Right.
want to cancel us, we make more money.
Yeah.
So that's why he's where he is today, because of those people. Yeah.
Nice. Oh, we should do another Guns and Giggles here.
Yeah.
Yeah. But how many have you done? Is that show still happening?
We don't do that often. We do it every once in a blue moon. We haven't done it in like since like earlier this year. And it was like someone was had like some kind of injury or something. We're trying to raise money for him or something like that.
Okay.
So we actually should do that again.
You had all these like hot jiu-jitsu girls that came out to the show too.
Right.
I remember.
Yeah. They wanted to wrestle you. That's
Yeah.
what I was told.
Okay. Book it.
Yeah. Sounds like we're doing a show here for you. Huh?
Those girls could be female cops. All right, I'm pushing it.
All right, so tell me about your guys' podcast.
I'm really the only one out of us that have a podcast, and I just kind of.
But I've seen three people on the.
We
Yeah,
hop on his,
yeah.
but it's his show.
It's your show? Okay. And-
Whenever we're all together, it's definitely like make sure that these guys are on because it's more fun. But I just kind of rip on the news and all the silly. I really like making fun of Canada. Yeah, that's been my thing. And then whatever goofy shit comes out in the news, especially like Canadian news, is like funny to me.
Yeah.
Because like I just find Canada to be a goofy country. Like your guys, like for instance, your guys' hate crimes are like real hate crimes. You know what I mean? Where in Canada, there was an article that came out and people were in arms. Remember the whole Bud Light thing when everybody was going to have Bud Light?
Right.
There's a guy in Vaughan, Ontario that went outside and he was calling this couple. It was a couple, and I'm talking man, woman, couple. carrying a case of Bud Light, probably doesn't give a shit about the whole whatever Bud Light fiasco that was going on. He was calling them homos as they're walking. And it's like, I don't think that works like that, you know? And he was like going at them in a parking lot, and that made like national news.
Now that made me think of something. So what do you think about America and the shootings that we have, like the mass shootings and our school shootings and things of that nature? You know, how do you think we can solve that problem?
What a pageant question.
Yeah,
First off,
Miss Columbia. Well, I think together we can solve a problem.
Is that Miss India?
First of all, half the shootings, there's not enough evidence to really support that they even happened.
Ooh. Ooh.
Yeah, now we're talking.
All right, Alex Jones.
Yeah, but isn't there like a statistic too with like over 70% of like what they consider school shootings is like a discharge in a parking lot? I read something along that line of like these school shootings are like when they put out the stats of it, it's like most of these are just like a firearm discharge in a car in a parking lot that just happened to have a school in the vicinity.
It is a bunch of bullshit stats, yeah.
Yeah, like they pad the
inflated.
stats a little bit in favor of like gun control a lot is what I find. Of what I've seen anyways. Which seems suspicious. I'm a little bit of like I don't trust the government over too like I'm not really a guy that votes. I don't like any of the parties in Canada, so I don't like any of them. So when it comes to like the guns and like down here, it seems like when they're pushing a narrative down here, there's always like there's some funky shit happening in the background, you know? Like the CIA or a 3-letter organization is kind of moving some
His
pieces.
hometown, there was a big mass shooting.
Well, I wouldn't call it a mass shooting. 2 people got shot.
Okay, sorry, that's a Canadian.
Yeah, that's a Canadian.
That's an
School-
American
a
mass
school
shooting,
shooting,
too.
though,
Yeah,
right?
my
School.
hometown is like one of the few places. Like right after Columbine happened, there was a kid that got bullied really bad, and he went home and grabbed a 22 and shot 2 students in a high school. I'm from Tabor, Alberta, but it happened. Columbine happened, and then I think that kind of motivated this kid to be like, I can just rid my. But he shot the 2 nicest guys in the whole school.
Oh, wow.
Neither of them, like one was the pastor's son, and the other one was just like a nice like I don't know if he was Mormon or not, but the surviving one wasn't the pastor's son. But that's the biggest shooting I think that's happening. Wow, there's been some that have been taking place, but that was like the most horrific one.
Now, what do you think about President Trump? You know, you think he's going to get reelected, or you think Biden's going to take it for another 4 years?
Take what, another breath for 4 years? What are you talking about? Anybody but him. I don't really care.
Well, he's not going to make it another 4 years,
Right.
You know, but
Or Camilla or whatever he puts in there, Harris or something. I don't know.
right.
What about you guys like RFK out here?
Yeah. There, he's Democrat, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
There you go.
As a Democrat, do you like him?
He's better than alternatives, yeah.
Yeah. I don't know. I like that he was like going and having a little pushback against like the vaccine and what. Are we allowed to talk about the vaccine?
All right, so I want to thank Brett Forte and Uncle Hack, the Canadian comedians, for coming inside the gun store and talking to us about Canada.
Hell yeah.
Talking to us about the podcast, which is called what?
The Uncle Hack podcast.
All right, and then also the fact that they're traveling around the United States and going to travel in a lot of different cities here and bring their act, and welcome back. Once again.
Thank
and
you.
so hope you enjoy your stay here this time. You stay a little longer.
Yep.
And hopefully we'll have maybe guns and giggles later on down the road. I don't know.
Hell yeah.
I like it. I'm actually back in January here. January like 25, 26 with Brendan Schaub. So maybe we can
you might
line it
want to
up.
leave before it hits February or March, because that's usually when the freeze happens and, shit happens around here around that time.
The
Icicles
freeze.
on the, the power lines,
Yeah.
we
I'll wear a hoodie. I'll be all right.
we lose
They're
power.
from Canada, Mike.
yeah.
We lose power for an entire week.
Uh-huh.
Okay. People get desperate. Yeah.
We got to go to the mothership right now.
All
Seriously.
right. As always, more guns equals less crime. You go out there and you buy yourself a gun.
God bless America.
Hey, it's really important that you help us right now. We're in a fight for our life. So please share, subscribe, like, come and talk it.